Проте не варто втрачати пильність. Ситуація не стала легшою. Масштаб викликів не зменшився. Російська армія все ще має значний потенціал для продовження атак проти нашої держави.
That's Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warning his people not to let their guard down, despite talks of de-escalation from the Kremlin. Joining us now, former NATO Supreme Allied Commander and retired four-star Navy Admiral James Stavridis. He is a chief international security and diplomacy analyst for NBC News and MSNBC. Admiral, thank you so much for being here on set with us on Way Too Early. Let's start right there with the President Zelensky obviously expressing some skepticism about Russia's indications they might be pulling back some of their troops. The White House shares those doubts, as I've reported today. What is your analysis of the situation?
The Pentagon shares the same doubts. And, you know, Jonathan, it starts with the lies again and again and again from the Russians. What did we hear for months leading up to this invasion? We heard, oh, we're not invading. We're just going to conduct these major exercises. We have no intention of invading. So it was a pack of lies from the beginning. So that's problem number one, believing the Russians. Problem number two, the Pentagon has very clear overhead imagery. It sees exactly where these units are. They're not seeing pullback. They're seeing the units kind of shift around, redistribute. So I think President Zelensky is spot on. He's got to keep his people on their toes, on their game, continue the fight.
Certainly, the capital is still under threat from long-range bombardment, even if Indeed. They do move the troops a little bit. But what's your sense of it? Do we think that this is simply Putin perhaps changing focus here? And is it more about zeroing in on the Donbass and Crimea? And what does that say about whether he overextended in the first place?
Yeah, Plan A failed. That's the essence of what you're seeing here. Plan A was blitzkrieg across the country, decapitate Zelensky, probably literally, take over the government, put in place a puppet regime. Failed. So Plan B, as far as I can see, is to consolidate forces, get back into Donbass. He's got a more sympathetic tranche of the Ukrainian population there. These are Russian-speaking, Russian ethnic, and he's built an infrastructure there since the invasion in 2014. So it's a safe zone for the Russian forces. The sadness here, Jonathan, is it makes Mariupol key, because that's dead in the center of that Donbass region. It's not sympathetic to the Russians, to say the least. It's being pounded to dust. But look for the Russians to consolidate in the southeast, and that gives Putin, I think, in his view, his strongest negotiating position going into talks.
Yeah, we're seeing on the map there that potential land bridge building. So it's obvious that Vladimir Putin overestimated the strength of the Russian military before this invasion. But it seems that U.S. officials did the same. And in fact, I reported today that they've started a review, an analysis as to how they could have misjudged the Russian force, thinking that it's far stronger than it was. What do you think went wrong?
Well, let's start by flipping the table and saying you got to give a lot of credit to the Ukrainians.
No question.
Okay, so we say in the trade that the enemy gets a vote. And so the Ukrainians, in this case, the enemy of the Russians, overperform. So that's point one. Point two is you can measure the range of a missile system. You can measure the distance a tank can travel in 5 days. You can't really measure morale. You can't really measure fighting spirit. So I think the intelligence community knew the metrics of war, but did a not perfect job of calculating how well the Russians would actually do in combat. Last point, generalship. You know, as I always say, admirals love to criticize generals, but the Russian generals really failed. Bad battle plan. You can't really calculate that beforehand. So the intelligence community is doing the right thing. They're going to self-assess. They'll be very self-critical, I think, on this, and they do have to answer to all of us why they misjudged so much.
And one last quick one. You just praised the fighting spirit of the Ukrainians, and it seems like they've even been able to stage some counteroffensives. Yeah. What tactics, what would you advise them in terms of a strategy as to where they should be pushing right now?
You know, here's a metaphor that makes some sense. American Revolution. The redcoats, big, muscular forces, kind of stomping along in their redcoats. Minutemen. Jump up from behind the bushes, firing their muskets. Today, they're firing their javelins. They're firing their stingers. Continue the tactics that have brought you success thus far. Small troop engagements, kind of special forces, if you will. Get in there, mix it up, and cause as many casualties as possible. Keep those ugly metaphor here, but keep those body bags flowing back to Moscow.
Guerrilla tactics, indeed. Admiral James Stavridis, thank you for being here today. We'll talk to you again on Morning Joe shortly.